Kendra, and this is Hooked by Happenstance Makes Monday, episode number 29, Lagniappe. I believe that is pronounced right, or thereabouts. So, I will put the word across the screen, and then we can discuss what it means a bit. So, it will become apparent here shortly why I named the episode this, but basically this is a word meaning an extra gift, or something extra, a bonus. And I thought it was very appropriate for my last 2 weeks of crafting. I took an unanticipated, unplanned holiday hiatus because I just did not have the time nor energy to film a podcast because I was too busy doing the crafting to make a video where I talked about the crafting. So here is the reason for the term lagniappe as our word of the week. This is the only item that is currently on my hook as far as an active project. It is a shawl. It was a project Peachlet picked for me on my birthday. This shawl is being made out of the pattern, the Lagniappe shawl, which is available on Ravelry from Esther Sandruff. And it is kind of just a recipe, and you can use any weight of yarn and things of that nature. And I am using a bunch of yarn, which was yarn ferried to me. I believe some of it is Cascade. I actually originally picked it out of the drawer of yarn ferried wool yarns because of a gray Cascade yarn, which I had put along the edge and then ended up pulling out because I was unhappy with the quality of the yarn that I had. I think it was somebody's scraps and or yarn that they had had issues with that had then been caked up. So it looked nice on the outside, but there was a number of pieces inside that had plies that were broken, and it didn't look right. So I had a full section of like a granny kind of section along the edge, which I pulled out right before I filmed this. So this is where I am at, and I am enjoying it. I think it's really pretty. I really like that like purpley yarn. I'm a big fan. So we'll see how this is all going to turn out. It's been a really enjoyable thing to make because the stitches are all really, really simple. They're just put together in a way that makes sense, and somebody's already done the math for you on your simple stitching. So that has been a nice project to work on. And then it made me think about the extra of it all. I had come across the word lagniappe previously in some homeschooling endeavors. There was somebody whose blog I used to read who used the term. I guess it is also part of like the Cajun culture is one of the places where you find it used. And she had talked a lot about how basically do all the extras in your homeschool, and that's a big thing for me. And also it made me think about all the extras that you do with the holidays and how I try to make a handmade holiday for the most part, kind of because we have a handmade-ish life. So it would make sense that the same thing would be true of our holiday giving. But that did mean that I had to put a lot of extra time and energy in for that final push to get the presents done for my kids. Which, you know, it all turned out successful. I got everything done. And I got an added benefit, an extra bonus, some lagniappe things for me, which is that I do enjoy the crafting, and I got to make some fun things and use some yarns that I otherwise would not have gotten to use. So the first thing I will do is take you on a bit of a field trip upstairs to my son's rooms to show you the toy hammock, which you've seen previously, but it's all set up, and then the fluffy cloud that I made for my son. Note, the videos are kind of weird because it's in their bedrooms, so I had to film around some things. So here are those presents. That prepared person would have filmed this during the daytime, but hello, that's not me. So here is the toy hammock that I talked about. As you can see, it's hanging on the wall. I need to adjust that a little. My husband put it up for me. So it hooks onto that back up there, and the straps are here, and obviously it is already full of toys, which are tucked in so they don't get cold. Here is our fluffy cloud in action. There is a plant hook way up there on the ceiling, which has the cloud hanging on it, and then as you lay in the bed, you can see it, and it makes for a nice night light. The next thing that is off my hook is this elephant, which I showed you last week. It is made out of, I love this yarn in the colorway Moon Glow. Moon something or other like that. And it is using a elephant pattern by Vonjay Grundmann. Haha, I remember their name for once because it is not written on the pattern. This is Ella the elephant. And she has been much loved already. Her head's a little wobbly. It's very much attached, but it's not very secure. I have a feeling my kids have helped with that fact. They've been enjoying playing with these a lot. They call one of them Big Ear and one of them Little Ear, despite the fact they're made from the same pattern and their ears are the same size. And here is the other one, which is the gray one. It too has a floppy head, just because of the construction that the pattern gives. I might go in and add a little extra, but they are kind of adorable how their heads wobble, huh? Anyways, this is made out of just Red Heart Super Saver in whatever the gray color is. Charcoal or... no, not charcoal. Oh, Gray Heather. See, I know my names. And G-Hook, as usual, as all my toys have. So, they are clearly, you know, they were well liked. Which is the best you can hope for, is a lot of love given. I had to actually have the kids go and get these out of their prime playing positions. So, those are complete. And the last thing that I made for the kids' Christmas, which took a lot of work and was a big final push for me at the end, was my 5-year-old's cardigan. This is made out of the Kelvin Cardigan pattern by the Velvet Acorn, and it is made out of a mill end from Joann's. I had, it doesn't have a label. I think it's Karen Simply Soft. I think that because I hated working with it, and I did not like the texture, and it turned out, I mean, the sweater itself has a nice texture, but working with it, I do not like Karen Simply Soft. I know lots of people talk all about it. I would rather use Red Heart any day. Super Saver is my jam. This is not my favorite. It's very near the bottom of the heap. But whatever, I have a bunch of it. I will continue to use it up, and then when it's gone, I'm done. It also, as you can see, I had to fluff this up a bunch because I got it off the couch because it had been being worn previously. So here is the sweater. And it is just a like a raglan style sweater, and then it has this cowl neck kind of front thing, and these 2 buttons, and that was all that, you know, that's all the buttons that it needed for the size that it was. And it is super cute on him, and he really likes it, and it's soft, and I like the pattern. This pattern I did not like as much as the other 2 Velvet Acorn patterns I've made. I really like the Carberry cardigan pattern, and I really enjoyed the Bracken cardigan, the other one that I made for my 4-year-old. But the Kelvin I was not as big a fan of. I don't know if it was me, and like where I was at mentally trying to get this cardigan done really quick, or if it is the pattern. I will definitely make it again, and then find out. I do like the look of the cowl neck and stuff, but I think I ended up making some adjustments to the pattern, intentionally or otherwise, to make it look the way I wanted. But that being said, Velvet Acorn still has very, very nice patterns, and the sizing seems to be fairly true. So that is the Kelvin cardigan. Now I have one more thing that is off my hook, but it's kind of like sitting next to my hook. This is the Amita Shawl made out of Mount Rainier Heartland from Lion Brand. And here it is. This is 1 skein exactly of the Heartland, and this was another peachlet project for me. And it's all, the 1 skein left me with just enough to weave in ends. I'm wearing 2 shirts with collars, so obviously I can't put it on very well. But it does fit, and I've worn it. And I really like it, and I really like the like swoosh. I just want more of it. So next time I'm at a store, I have not been to a store since I finished this. Certainly not a store that sold yarn. So next time I'm somewhere that has this yarn, I'll be buying another skein because I want to just increase the size of it. I mean, you can also wear it as a shawl. The Amita Shawl is a free pattern. You can find it on Ravelry. It's from the Karen Company. I believe it is written by Rebecca Velasquez. And, yeah, I think that if I put in another skein, it will definitely be more wearable this direction than it has been. But even with it bigger, I think it'll still be a good front facer. So it just, oh, I love Lion Brand Heartland. We're talking about yarns I don't like. This is a yarn that I just absolutely love. So I've been getting some use out of this, and I will definitely get some more as it gets bigger. I've been getting use out of lots of my handmade items because it's been very, 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 very cold. I had my my schlanket on here before I got everything together to film. I had to take it off because I needed a little bit more maneuverability, but it'll go back on here in a little bit. And that is everything that I have made since I last spoke to you before Christmas. It's been very busy as far as getting those things done because I made that cardigan in a matter of days, along with a lot of sewing things. I sewed pajama pants for all of us. I have some sewing projects left from some Christmas presents for my husband and myself that still need to get tidied up, but I also did a lot of sewing for my Etsy shop. If you've not been to my Etsy shop, there's a link down in the description to the Hooked by Happenstance shop where I have crochet, and I guess you could use them for knitting too, project bags, and my crochet creations. So if you are interested in seeing some more of my finished products that are for sale or my project bags, check them out. They are a good value, I will say that. And there will be more bags up here soon. I just have to get my ducks in a row and get to sewing. But that is it. If you have not seen my video for New Year's regarding crafty resolutions, check it out over here. I think it's a pretty good watch. And there will be more things to come this year. I hope you all have a lovely 2018, and I will see you next time.